Hello and welcome to this options walkthrough video for the Shoutout pop-up widget for Twitch. So first, to access all the customization options, you'll go to the settings tab on the left and you'll see all the options broken out into different sections. This first option is just if you want a black test background. This is helpful if you have kind of a more transparent background or light colors, since the background is normally white, so you can't see it as well. The next section is all the text content, so the label and body text for both raids and shoutouts. The shoutouts are for anyone from your friends list. And you'll notice these bracketed values, username, and alerts. You can use them anywhere, not raiders for shoutouts because it's not a raid, but they will be replaced by the username of the streamer and the number of raiders for raids. Next, in display settings, you can add a sound that will play when the alert pops up. This is the duration of the pop-up in seconds, so you can make it longer or shorter. This check is to show the pop-up when there's a raid. At any point, if you want to send a test raid, you can go to this emulate bell button and click raid right here. And there is the option for how you want friends to rotate through. If you want to do those shoutouts, you can select none if you just want this widget for showing raids. But you can have them on rotation and below specify how often they pop up. They will be one at a time, so the first item will show for the duration you set, then this time will pass, and then the next friend will show, and so on and so forth. Or you can just have them pop up when they're live. So the next option is the frequency of the pop-ups, as we mentioned before, and then you can also manually trigger a shoutout at any time using this chat command. You can customize it as you want and just follow it with the username of the person you want to shout out. Below are the trigger permissions for who can use that chat command. And then last is styles and colors. So the look of the widget, you can change the format, so there's both the horizontal and vertical layout. You can show or hide the live status bar, so this only shows, even when it's checked, it only shows for live streamers. But if you don't want it to show for them either, you can uncheck it. There is by default a little floating animation. You can toggle that off if you don't want it. You can change the font size. And then here are your border options. So the border color, how thick the border is, and then the rounding around both the avatar and the message box. If you set them to 0, they'll be totally square, pointy corners, and then the higher the number, the more round they are. And then you have all your color options. So you have the title, which is the username font color, the accent color, which is the little kind of pre-title message above the username, and the game console icon, the body font color, which is the stream category and custom text you have set. And then there are 2 background colors for the body of the message. If you set them to 2 different colors, it'll create a gradient effect. And if you want a solid background color, just set them to the same color. And then you have the live button background and font color. You'll notice these background colors currently are a bit transparent. You can adjust the transparency over here. If at any point in time you want to change kind of the size and dimensions of the widget, you can drag this blue border box and the width will automatically adjust. Or you can also manually change the dimensions here if you want to type them in. And the width will autofill the width of this box. So those are all the customization options for this widget. I hope you enjoy it and happy streaming.